This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. For 125 years, Nordstrom has been part of your story. The stylist who found the perfect outfit for your big interview. The first pair of walking shoes for your 1-year-old. The tomato soup you shared with your sister at the cafe. These are the moments that make Nordstrom, Nordstrom. Big or small, we're here for all of it. Celebrating 125 years with new moments still ahead. Discover it all in Nordstrom stores and at Nordstrom.com.
Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us. Before we jump in, I don't do this every week, but I would love if you went over, left a review, left a comment. I listen to all of those. Give me some topics. Send over to Steve at teachhoops.com. What kind of topics do you want to hear? But before we jump into today's topic, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. I've tried them all, and this is not only how innovative are, but the workouts and what I love about Dr. Dish is they give back to the community. If you follow them on Facebook, if you follow them on Twitter, they're always giving back to the basketball community. And you mentioned Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's handouts, it's videos, it's one-on-one calls, it's office hours. It's a coach. It's a resource run by a coach for a coach. It's not an ex-coach, not someone that's been let go, not someone that's coaching part-time. This is what I do. And Teach Hoops helps me keep the bills on. It helps me put up these podcasts, 13 podcasts a week. Teach Hoops helps me be able to do that. And it's a roadmap for you to be successful. And let me help you in this great journey that we call coaching. But let's head off to the podcast.
I appreciate you doing this on short notice.
No problem. You have your first practice on Tuesday, huh?
Well, it's not my first practice, but it's our practice that I'm really going to try to put in the offense a little bit better.
Okay.
It's our my first year coaching AAU.
Okay.
And we played in 2 tournaments, and we only have 1 practice a week. So to say the least, it's a little challenging. Yeah.
It is. Zero skill development.
Yeah, that's pretty. You know what? My game plan is we need for our first 4 to 5 practices was putting in the scheme.
Right.
What we need to do, and then once we get the scheme in, then we'll start working down on fundamentals and breaking that down.
Right. So you want to get your basics down, like your offense, your defense, and out of bounds play, a press break. You definitely want some press break.
Yeah. We're pretty good with that. Like I'm big on man-to-man. I don't like 2-3 zone.
Okay.
I don't like teaching. I'm not real big on 6th grade girls, so I want to teach on man-to-man principles.
Yep.
We're
are you pushing baseline or are you pushing middle?
You know what we really done is I've got man-to-man red, which is full court. Where we jump in the corners.
Okay.
And then we do man-to-man green, which is just man-to-man with your 1 pass away, 2 pass away rules.
Okay.
In the half court.
Okay.
We also have run a 1-3-1, and so that's just a change of pace zone. That's the only zone that I do run.
Right.
But it's really just a change of pace for the man-to-man. We're primarily a man-to-man team.
Okay. Are you long that you can run the 1-3-1? Because that's a hard one.
We're not really not long, but I have a long guard that I put at the top of the 1-3-1. The rest of my team is not long at all. We're fairly small.
Okay.
You know, and to be honest with you, it's really just, I'm thinking, going to be a change of pace. It may be something where we can't rely on it the entire game.
Right.
But it's something that we can change the pace. Because I'll be honest with you, we have had a problem with endurance too, with the man-to-man.
Right. And the thing is, it's what I tell people too, is you just need a couple things. Like if they come down and score 2 or 3 times in a row, you just need to be able to change up to just slow them down for a second. And that shit, it's just kind of getting off rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much my idea. And I like to be like, really, I want to be, the reason I like to read and react is because it's rules, principle. And once they get that down, we don't have to work on set plays and remember set plays.
No,
and
then
I can
focus, to play.
And then I can focus the rest of my defense on being a little bit more complex defensively, to do multiple things on defense.
Yep.
We run a diamond press. We've had success with that against teams that are about as good as us, or maybe not as good as us, but against teams that are better than us, you know, we still are struggling with that a little bit. But, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about everything except for the read and react against the 2-3 zone.
Okay. Yeah, against a 2-3?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with how many – I would say 80% of the teams we've played so far run a 2-3.
They do.
I was anticipating more man-to-man at the AAU level.
Well, and the reason they play zone is it's easier. It's not run well, but it's easier to implement because they only see them once a week.
Yeah,
that's
true.
why it's done. That's why it happens, I think.
Yeah, and I think also, and I didn't think about this, but I think it helps them with not getting as burnt out as well.
Burnout and not as in foul trouble too, because usually teams have maybe 1 or 2 really good players, and then they just stick them in there, and they don't get in foul trouble either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we've had to manage that with our man-to-man, but I'm really like, I'm going to win or lose by man-to-man. I mean, if I don't,
at this age, for sure. You know, if they're 10th grade, we can talk different, but at this age, you got to. If they can play zone, if they can play man, they can play any zone. And
that's my philosophy. Yeah, you can always teach them how to play a zone if they learn help side rules and how to actually guard the ball.
Right.
So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And actually, our man-to-man is pretty good. I have one big that it could be a difference maker.
Okay.
And then the rest of my team are guards, and I've got probably 6 guards that I feel good with the ball in their hand as far as driving, as far as making good passes. They're good at man-to-man. They're good at breaking the press. They're good at trapping. But I do have one big that I do need to find a way to make her a difference maker. She's pretty skilled.
So what seems to be the problem with when you run it against the zone?
Okay, so when we did, to be honest with you, the first practices I was really just teaching on, you know, what you would do against a man-to-man defense.
Right.
And I really wasn't sure what it would look like against a 2-3 zone. Okay. And so when we did run it against a 2-3 zone, you know, when they're cutting, it doesn't really do anything.
Right.
And then we were just kind of passing it along the top. And so we're not really getting any quality shots. And so I know that there's the philosophy. I've been doing a 4-1 against 2-3 zone.
Yep.
And my original idea was to do 4-1 with my big staying on ball side block. And when any outside pass, the person would pass and cut, but they wouldn't cut all the way goal. They would hook and look around the free throw line.
Right.
Then any more passes on the outside, they would leave and fill, and then the person who passed would go into the free throw line.
Okay.
So we would constantly have somebody, and the big would always just stay either.
So you're looking for like a high-low look, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, and that may work. We really haven't done that, so it may work.
So I think that works. I personally I'd put 4 on the outside and 1 inside, and I'd put your big opposite the ball.
Okay, even against a 2-3 zone.
Yes. So if the ball is on the right side, I'd put her on the low left side, and then that allows her to flash up and down and find space.
Okay.
I'd keep the cutting going that you do in the normal read and react. But what people don't do against zones is drive, and you want to teach the girls to drive, and then when they get stopped, other people have to move then. Because what's going to happen is it's kind of like as soon as the girls start driving against the zone will kind of constrict onto them. Yeah, and then that's when the other girl's got to cut or find open space. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So essentially, the ball can drive, and then when they drive, then the other girls are going to fill in behind them.
Yep. So you want somebody behind. So a drill, when you get time for drill, is drive, stop, and then you got to look back out, or you got to look into the paint, because the zone is going to collapse on them, which is fine. But then if the girls are used to cutting, someone's going to be cutting, and you'll get open shots. The other thing is, I like that girl opposite, because if you're on the right side, like if you're over here and she drives and I put my big over on that side, so then she can come in. She's also going to be able to rebound. So let's say she drives in and gets stopped. She can kick it back out. The shot will be here, and you'll have people coming in to get rebounds too.
Okay.
So it helps with rebounding, but it also helps with them attacking that seam. And you want the cutting. Trust me, zones don't like cutting. They don't.
Okay. Do you still say cut all the way to the rim, or cut and hook and look?
You hook and look, and you want to find, especially against a 2-3, they're going to have to decide how they want to defend this when the girls are cutting. So, you know, I say if you find an open space, sit on it for a second and then out. Yeah. So as she cuts, if she finds that open space here, stay and then keep going. Then get below and get out, because someone else is going to be coming.
Okay.
But people don't tend to drive against zones, and it's a really good look, and people aren't used to it. But you got to be able to be adjusted. Now, the best way to beat the zone is make sure you have good shooters on the floor.
I've got 3 girls I got about 3 that are pretty good jump shooters.
Right. Because they're going to get looks. They're going to get much better looks.
Okay.
And then if you have the rebounders over here, that's what will help.
With that ball, now let me ask you this. If, for instance, that we do want to, we think we have an advantage in the post.
Yep.
Could we say, okay, you've got the freedom to go ball side?
Yeah. So you can also overload a side too. Have you thought about overloading a side? So here, I'm going to make them X's. No, I don't like that. So.
Bring my board. My dry erase marker.
So if you're like this, we overload a side.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
We call it chair because it kind of looks like a chair.
I heard that on your podcast.
Yeah. So, but what you might want to do is have this girl come around and set a screen and have her drive. You see what I'm saying? So then as she drives, she fills, and then this one comes through, and then these two, after she screens, she rolls, and then she comes up high.
So she screens, she drives in. Okay.
Yep. So she drives to that gap, which will get stopped probably. She needs to understand that. But this girl down here, one will be open on the flare kind of, because she's going to have to decide, am I going to stop this drive, which I probably am, or am I going to stop her filling? And then this is your normal, screen and roll that you're teaching your bigs. So she kind of curls around, and as she curls, they're going to all have to decide what they want to do. If this one comes through, she's going to take it. These two don't know what to do because she's all the way over here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's just and the screening thing can work too. Like if you've got shooters, then screening the zone's a really good thing.
I saw the pin screen philosophy. I just don't know if my girls are going to be able to do that skip pass.
Right. Well, they're not. They're from here to here. Absolutely not. Not in 6th grade. Yeah. 6th grade boys can't do that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know if maybe like in the wing to the, the opposite.
Right. But that's why I try to, for middle schoolers, I try to shorten the angles. I try to shorten the pass lengths. So that's why this is a short pass, but if the ball is over, so the ball is here, think about it, here, let me erase this. So if you have that overload, okay, and you're in these 4 spots, they're gonna have to. This shot, they're gonna have to decide if they want to defend it.
Yeah.
If they do, then the normal pop is like that. well, who's going to defend this? Is she going to come over? Is she going to? Well, then that drive will be there. So you want to make them almost have to run a matchup.
Yeah, get them out of the 2-3 zone, and I don't think they will. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this: I was talking to a member on the Facebook yesterday, and he had a pretty interesting idea. He said to put one kid on the free throw line,
okay,
and put one kid in the corner.
So the same side corner?
Yeah, it's the ball side corner.
Okay.
And the way he said he did it was he said, okay, if the corner kid, their job is to always go corner to corner, ball side.
Right. Yep.
And the free throw line always goes to the ball side elbow. Like so.
So this one would go here.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then everybody else, the three up top, would just do pass and cut philosophy.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. And so it's kind of the same setup.
I was a baseline. I was a shooter in my day. So this was my shot.
I've got a girl that loves that too.
Huh?
I've got a kid that's her shot too.
Oh, if that's her shot. Like that's Virginia won it because Kyle could hit those shots on the baseline. It's like and it's simple. It's like all you're doing is and the thing is tell them sometimes they might stop short corner too. She might be here. This short corner is a hard thing to defend because they don't know, God, do I come out here? And then who card? And then what happens if somebody cuts it's all about making those bottom people make decisions.
Yeah. And one thing that he was talking about was interesting is okay, so say that they kicked it to the girl in the corner.
Right.
All
okay.
Right? If she drives, now as soon as she starts driving, the girl that's at the corner or the key goes down because now this defender had to go stop her.
Right.
So now that opens that up.
It does.
As soon as they jump out, now you can hit that for like that post stuff.
Yep. Because the rotations in a sixth grade game, the rotations are not going to be that good.
Yeah. He said another thing too is if you wanted to get her in the post, you could just make the adjustment and say, okay, don't wait for her to drive. As soon as that corner gets it, you jump down and post up.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we can either take the shot or we can hit the post.
Yep.
Okay.
And she's got to have special rules. Whenever I've had special bigs, they're on a different platform. Like these are your rules.
And so that's what I'm like man to man. I've got a really good like I feel like I've got a good grasp of what I want to do because like what you said, I've got for my guards. I tell them they can either fill, they can either do a ball screen and then pop out for a shot.
Yep.
And then they can do a screen away.
Right.
That's their three decisions.
That's good. Then, perfect.
Yeah.
That's enough layers.
And then exactly. And then my big, I tell her she can either post up, flash, or go do a ball screen.
Okay.
And so the reason I got her doing the flash is so we can set up a Laker cut.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
She goes and then she flashes out.
How are the girls on passing on the ball screen though?
So no, what do you mean by that?
Like she comes up to set the ball screen. Is she able to slip? Are they able to make the pass to her? Is it just to get the screener open?
To be honest with you, we have our offense has been pretty much transition and me screaming pass and cut.
Okay.
So we haven't really done it very well yet. I mean, we've probably scored 80% of our points just off of
and that's typical. I'm just saying if you're doing that ball screen, you want to teach her to fake the ball screen and slip too.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. That's something we need to work.
Yeah. It's like you should do some work with just her and the guards, like some 2-on-2 stuff. And it's like, okay, sometimes you're going to come up and set the ball screen because my guess is if she slips and they come off that screen, that pass isn't going to happen very much at that age. But sometimes if she fakes it and then she slips right away, she might be able to get some looks close to the basket.
Yeah.
You got to think of her as a special tool in your toolbox, basically.
Oh, yeah. And she's she's very skilled for her size. I mean, she's, like I said, she's in sixth grade and she's about 5'7". Ooh. She wears a size 12 in men's shoe. And
that's bigger than mine. Oh, my God, she's going to be a 6-footer probably.
Yeah, she probably weighs right now, I would say about 140. But she's athletic.
Yeah,
she can move. And so I've got to figure out a way to really integrate her into this. And so that's why I was kind of struggling.
Yeah, so I think that's what you got to – I mean, and then the thing is, do you videotape your games?
I do, all of them.
Okay, so you should send me this weekend. I'll look at her. And then I can get some idea, and I'll send you an email with some ideas for, because it's hard. I got a picture of what she is, but If I can see it a little bit in tape, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
But you just kind of got to give her little looks, like, you know, if the ball, like maybe it's a call, like a purple, like the ball's here, you're opposite short corner, and then you're going to flash, or the ball, you know, it's a yellow, and then the yellow is a pass, and he comes to the ball. You want to give her little things that she can do, especially
Signals.
if she's that much different than the rest of them. You want to be able to use her as a tool.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have a very good post game right now, but it can be developed. She doesn't really understand how to score in the post just yet.
Is she a good rebounder?
She could be. Yeah,
okay,
not naturally.
So that's what I think you got to tell her too, is like, especially if you have all these girls that can shoot. You know, you said you had 4 or 5 girls that could shoot.
I got 3 that I feel real good about jump shooting.
Right. So you should tell her that when people shoot, if you get an offensive rebound, go get it. That's you. Like, you should get you got to kind of feed her, like, that's what you got to go do.
Okay.
Because my guess is that as she gets bigger, that's going to be part of her game too, is those, you know, getting it close, doing mic and drills kind of things close to the basket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So right now, so based off of what you've seen, though, the read and react is a good offense against a 2-3 zone.
I do. I love it. The thing is, I could give you I gave you kind of a set out of that chair. I could give you another one. I could give you some continuity stuff, but it works counter to what you're teaching them on the man. Because they're, you know, it's like running flex. You can run flex and people win with it. Hell, Virginia was running a variation of it. But then it's harder to, like, if you're doing read and react and that's what you feel good about, I'd stick with it and then just add pieces.
Yeah. I think right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the idea that I showed you about the corner going corner to corner.
I like that.
And then, because that's just very simple.
Yep.
And then the 3 girls are up top. They're always going to pass and cut.
Yep.
And I guess what I could tell them too is when they do pass and cut, since we're overloaded on one side, is maybe they should pass and cut and maybe kind of go back door a little bit.
Right.
You know, to kind of that way we're not clogging it too much over on that one side.
Yeah, and the area that's going to be there, you got to tell them the spot you might have to stop and shoot is going to be this right below the free throw line. Yeah,
even with the player being at the key, you think that may still be a spot?
It might be. If the player's here, it's going to be a little different. You know, that person's going to be able to slip and get in there if you do 2 posts. But and then they got to be ready to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the you have to tell them too.
My biggest thing is I want to keep the continuity of on the outside. Every time you pass, you cut. Like I want to program that into them.
Because that's going to take literally a year at least.
Yeah,
it's to be thinking that way. Yeah,
I'm hoping because my next practice I really want to focus mostly on that. To try to get that in them.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do anything because what my assistant wants to do is he wants to do more like against zone. Let's do more of like a set play kind of rotation that gets away from the fundamentals of read and react.
Right, and it also is easier to defend too. It's easier, like if you run it once or twice, they're going to figure it out and they're going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, that's the reason I like to read. And like I said, I'm very, very. I mean, I'm a first-year AAU coach, very limited on. I'm just now really understanding. But when I really dove into the read and react, I just loved everything about it because it's just fluid.
It's fluid, and you can't scout it. If the kids are good at it, you can't scout it. Now, when they get better, then we can talk about maybe not cutting the basket, maybe screening away, or you know, that stuff. But the key, I tell especially the middle school coaches, you're perfect, and you got 3 rules. Do not give them more than those 3 because they got to get good at those 3. And once they get good at that, that's when you add, you know, layer 87 from Rick. You know, it's like there's tons of things we can add, but they got to get good at those first. And spacing.
Yeah. They're getting a little. They do tend to get one thing that I've noticed a lot of my girls. They're used to when you get dribbled at, circle back around.
Right.
And I'm really having to really focus on when you get dribbled at, you got to cut.
Yes.
And so that's they'll end up
kind of cut to the basket. And do you a good thing is, where do you practice?
I've got a church right down.
Okay. Is it a wood floor?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So get some painter's tape and put X's where they should be. Somebody should always be one of those X's.
Yeah. Fill the spots.
Put big X's on there. It's painter's tape. It won't do any harm to the floor. And it's, you know, it will come up, but you'll just have to redo it. But that way they'll spacing, because I don't visually sometimes they forget about the spacing.
Yeah, and then what we do too is we do like when it's 5 out, you fill the 5 spots.
Right.
But then when we've been doing 4, we kind of leave the middle open, and we just do kind of like wing, almost like not quite to the corner, but like halfway corner.
Like here, up here.
Yeah.
That's I would not even send them all the way to the corner. I would do like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what, and maybe even a little bit higher.
Yeah, because you want to leave space for them to move. Yes.
Yeah, and what I've been doing, like initially what I told them, and I think it'll work, but like I would have my 4 there, and then I would have the big ball side down on the post, down there.
Down here, and the ball's over here.
Yeah, she's there, and then we would just pass and cut, and she would be trying to post up. So we would say,
so that's a little bit of probably of your issue is if she's here and the ball is here, okay, that means the defender is right there. That these girls cutting and the ball here, it's too. So that's why I like her out and then back in. So like you got a second, and if you don't get it, you're not getting it.
Oh, I see. So you say flash to post up for a second. If you don't get it, go
out. Go screen away. Go flash away. Go opposite low. Because that's why you're not getting those cutters going through the first time you ran it. Because it's too you want to leave. We call it this is our sacred zone, and we want to leave it open. And this is purely observational because I'm a stats teacher. But if the ball's here and they post up and they don't get it in a second, they're
not getting it.
Stolen, or they're gonna something's gonna bad happen. So get it right away at our level, we're okay. But we're not NBA guys. So if you don't, I tell her 1,001, get out.
Yeah.
Because then as she gets out, someone else might be cutting, and then they can see her.
Do you like the idea of against the 2-3 that when my cutters cut, they don't cut all the way to the goal, they just turn and hook?
Yeah, I like the hook part. I like that maybe it's a call for you. That's an easy variation. You got fist or open hand. Fist means we're going to the rim. Open hand means we're going part of the way and we're hooking back up.
Okay. Do you think when they do hook, because what I've been telling them is you hook, and if it's a pass to the post, you stay there, because then that post might could hit you.
Right.
But any pass on the outside, you go and fill. And
so you're saying the ball goes here, and they come here.
Well, like say that there was already somebody in say the free throw line. They're already standing there.
Okay.
All right. The ball goes to the post. They stay there because now the person at the post has got the ball. They might throw it up here to this girl at the free throw line for a shot. So they stay. But if any time there's a pass either to the outside or between outside players, they leave, and the person on the outside that made the pass, now they go to the free throw line.
Right.
So in other words, okay, say the ball's on the outside.
Right.
Okay, and there's nobody at the free throw line. There's a post player and then 4 outside.
Okay.
All right. The outside player passes to another outside player. Because there's nobody in there, they cut into the top of the free throw line because there's nobody there. So they're there now. Now let's say that outside player passes to the other outside player. Okay. The ball's at the outside still.
Ball's
so
here?
Yeah. Let's say the ball's on the outside still. They pass to another outside player. The person that's at the free throw line goes and fills. They go and fill. Okay, and the person they leave and fill.
Okay.
There was an outside pass. The person who passed, now it's their turn to go into the free throw. Now they go into the free throw line.
So you only have them go this far.
Yeah, they go into there now. Now, if the ball goes into the post, they don't move. They stay because it's not an outside pass. The only time they leave if it's a pass to the outside or in between outside players, because I want them to get out so that person can get into the key. So in other words, what I'm doing is I'm taking away the pass and cut to pass and hook.
I like that. I'm just saying I'm not convinced if the ball goes from here to here that the person that's here shouldn't cut into here.
Now, I agree. That would be a good one too. I just don't want to leave
because I mean my rule is that when you get it, you peek, and if she's a decent passer, she's going to be open.
Okay, so I said, so what we could do is instead of just saying stand there and look, anytime the post gets the ball, you cut through and then go fill.
Because think about the 2-3 zone, right? This one's out here. This one's over here. where is this? Is this one going to defend here, or are they going to defend the person coming through?
Okay, so we can add that.
The person here going to follow all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like that hook kind of into the middle of the paint too.
Okay, and so in other words, if they're at the key, the ball goes in the post, you automatically cut, and if you don't get the ball, just
our rule is ball goes to the post, we cut. Yeah, and usually it's the passer that cuts, but we have 5 out. So some people stop and then they cut. But if you have 4 out, then and this guy's at the elbow or gal's at the elbow, then I'd have her cut to the.
Okay. And this is one thing I was a little bit stumped on too is, okay, so say that I've got the ball, I think where you've actually got the ball, it's written ball, right? Yeah,
right there.
All right, so the ball's there, and I got a player in the post ball side for just a second, watch the posting up, and then I've got a player strong side, top of the key.
Right
at the elbow, I'm sorry.
At the elbow,
I got my player, she's in there. So when this girl, say that she passes to the elbow. The ball passes to the elbow.
Okay.
Where do I tell her to cut? Because see, I got 2 people standing right there.
She should come and set a screen, and then she should cut. To be honest with you,
okay.
But because you have 4 people on this side, right?
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. Like that's really congested.
That is very congested. So you can do a couple things. You can set a ball screen. You can, if you pass it here, you can fill behind. You can try to do a handoff like this. I mean, there's lots of options.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of like what you just did.
But she has to. This person has to do something.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like what you just said. Like you just say I passed it to the post or the key right there.
Right.
Either one.
Yeah.
Then I would just cut back behind like what you instead and like kind of like I was going to go into the key, but go into the paint, but just go behind them instead of going that way, go behind the girl that's on the elbow. Yeah, and come down because who knows, maybe you could get a little bounce pass right there.
Yep. And what I say is you have to do something.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care. Maybe you're going to go set a screen here. Maybe you're going to interchange with this person. You have to do something once the ball goes in here, or your man is going to double them.
Yeah, and so that's why I didn't want them to cut into that and to create that. So
and this is congested. Nothing good is going to happen in here.
Yeah,
unless it's a back.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it'd be better to tell them to go baseline or to go back behind.
I mean, at your age in 6th grade, if this girl can ever set some back screens, these girls will be wide open.
Yeah, even in the 2-3 zone.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because someone's going to be guarding her. And then if that comes up and sets a screen and then she rolls, you'll be wide open.
Yeah, and I used to be a set play kind of guy. And one of my set plays against the 2-3 zone is we would come out in a 3-2, and I would send one of the wings over to overload.
Right.
And when my post player saw her coming, she would come up and screen the top of 2-3 zone. Right. And when we would drive it, they would always stop the driver, but then I could kick it to that player that we swung over. It was wide open every time.
Right.
But I don't want to be a set. I mean, I've got tons of set plays to beat the 2-3 zone, but I don't want to be that anymore.
No. And I think this is better. If you the thing is, it's rules. If you've got, I would, ideally try to keep 4 out as much as possible. If you can.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I like 4 out and 5. The only reason I'm not going to more of a 5 is because I do have that girl that really is more of a big than anything.
So let's say, so here's a scenario. What happens when she's not in? What do you do?
We usually go 5.
Okay. So you're going to have to work on that a little bit too.
Yeah.
Then it's really about spacing when you go 5 out. It's really about cuts and.
And with the 5 out against the 2-3 zone, like if she's not in there and we do 5 out, the only thing I would know to do in that situation was just pass, cut, hook, and look.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Yeah. So then we would only have one person in. They would hook and look.
Right. And then you tell the other girls to crash when the ball goes up.
Yeah. And we were just, to be honest with you, we had it, because I went back and watched the game film. The girl who would cut and hook and look, a lot of times she was open.
Right.
But we just were not getting her the ball.
So this goes to one of my pet peeves. When someone catches the ball, they should always look at the rim. I call it peeking.
I heard you say that, yeah.
It's so important. I mean, I literally we'll have an open gym. I'll be hounding. Peek, peek. I call it peeking. Because if you see the rim, you see the person that's open. Mm-hmm. Whether you pass it or not, it's a different story, but you'll at least see that they're open.
Yeah. And with the 5 out, when they do hook and look, they get the ball. What's the best action for the exterior players to do? Just to be ready for a shot, a kick shot?
Yes, get ready, and then either interchange. You stand for, it's like the post rule. You stand for a second, and then you move.
Okay. Because my assistant was saying we might do something where, like, if we're doing 5 out and the girl at the free throw line catches the ball, then the 2 corner wings crash the goal.
They can do that. As long as they're moving and the other ones are filling, just make sure you got somebody back. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel pretty good about that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm either gonna go with the idea that one of the members gave me, as far as
I like that.
They do the corner to corner, and then free throw line to free throw line. I think that's just really simple.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna do the one where it's just 4-1, and the outside, when they pass, they go to the free throw line, and then if there's any more outside passes, they go fill, and somebody else comes to free throw line, and then I'll tell them, like what you just said, my post player, you can go post up for about a second, but then go back away from the ball.
Right. And try it. I'm going to tell you right now, 70% of it's going to work and 30 is going to look like crap. So then you keep the 70, and then we figure out how to adjust the other 30.
Yeah. Well, and I believe in the read and react, but to be honest with you, my assistant, he was like, I just don't think this read and react is designed to work against a 2-3 zone.
It is.
I think everything I've done research on, it can work.
It does.
But
it does. Okay. It's just going to take a little time. Tell them to be patient.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's different for me too, but I can see the principles are there. It's once I get them to have I got to program them to do the pass and cut.
You do.
For sure.
And then once you play, send me some tape and I'll look at it.
Yeah. I'll send you, like I said, we played the last tournament, and it was actually state, it was our state tournament. And so we did fairly well. We made it to one game before the championship. And like I said, we're a very good I think we're a very good transition team. They work really well together. And when we get out and run, I mean, they do really well naturally.
Right.
And so I think once they get this,
but if I'm coaching against you, I'm going to try to slow you down.
Oh, 100%. And that's the team that we lost the game. We got beat by the same team who ended up winning the championship. They beat us by 20 points, and the second time. And the reason they did it is because they diamonded us. And even if they didn't get the ball, they stopped us from really running. From doing this, yes. Yeah. And so presses aren't always about turning people over. Presses are about changing tempo. Yeah. And that's I think a lot of people, what do they use, the 2-2 to the 2-1-2 to do that? Yeah. And the key is you just got to teach the girls to pass the ball up, not dribble it up. That's the hard part. Yeah, and we've got to we break the press with a 4-1. And what we do is we come out and we obviously are going to hit that girl in the corner because they're going to give us that. Yep. And then the girl that's closest to her goes sideline. Yep. And the next goes middle. Yeah. So diagonal cuts are the key to a good press break. Like if let me grab this. If you're here and let's say the girl catches the ball here, that cut is not defendable. Yeah, so we do kind of. Yeah, we always say diagonal cut. And what we mean is do this, because if the ball is here and I'm defending this person, I got to stay on this side. I can't get over here. Or they're going to beat me deep. So the diagonal cut in front of the ball is always open. And then catch look. And I'll tell you what we do. We do like, I don't know if you can see this, but let me see. Yep. So let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. And the back person, the person who threw the ball in, they become the back option. So we've got a sideline option, a middle option, and a back option. And then if say that we go back, the person that's in the middle becomes my sideline option. My sideline option becomes my middle option. And we just do the exact same thing. So what I always say is, like, you want, when the ball is here and you're going in the full court, you need those 3 spots always filled. Yeah. Right. That's pretty much what we do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as long as you're doing that with diagonal cuts and they don't over dribble, you'll be fine. Yeah. And when we have broke it, it's been like when we do break it, we go right there to that corner, then we go to sideline, and then we throw it right back to the middle, and it's gone. And you can't stop it. Yeah. We need to work on a little bit of reversing it a little bit, because we tend to, when we reverse it, to panic and just want to try to out dribble it. Right. And this is what they want to do. It's the first thing they learn to do is dribble a basketball. It drives me bonkers. Yes. Yeah. But like I said, I think, my biggest thing is I feel pretty good about a man-to-man with the read and react. But the biggest one was the 2-3 zone. But I'm thinking that with this kind of philosophy that I think we can kind of work it out. I just wanted to be sure that I have heard some people say that they've had trouble with the read and react versus a 2-3 zone.
No, we've had real good luck with it. I think it works. It's just, again, people don't spend enough time on it. It's like the read and react. I could try to put the read and react in. If I don't spend enough time on it, it's not going to work,
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So send me that.
Yes.
We'll talk again after practice and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send you the video of our next game, and then do you want me to send you the one that we did?
Yeah, I'll look at it this weekend. I have an open gym tomorrow, so I'll be sitting in the gym doing nothing. So I'll look at it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I really appreciate you.
Yep. No problem. Thanks, Coach. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like. We love those. And send me an email, steve@teachhoops.com. Tell me what you want to hear in the future. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
Booking.com is the easiest way. From a day surrounded by noise to a stay surrounded by nature. That's nice. Go on, book it. It's easy. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like touchdown. Because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon. And it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us, only with Verizon.